Why is your listing not ranking? So you may have done keyword research. Your list is now cleaner. You have filtered it down to perhaps 500 keywords. But your listing still isn't ranking for half the terms that you have researched from your keyword research. Here are the reasons why that's happening. It's almost never because the keywords were wrong. Here are some of the gaps that nobody gets to talk about. The pain points are there are three predictable ways that sellers lose ranking potentially at the listing stage. First is missing keywords. So sellers usually write copy that sounds good, but gets to omit key search terms. Secondly is keyword stuffing. This is you awkwardly place the keywords that gets to tank conversion, and that as a result, which can hurt your ranking. Third is you have no visibility. Sellers don't know which keywords are already been used versus what's missing. Amazon's algorithm weighs conversion rate heavily. So this isn't just an SEO problem, it's a conversion problem too. Because if Amazon algorithm has failed to make your listing be on the top, then customers won't be able to find your product because it's not appearing on the top search term. So as a result, it would not be converted into a sale. Here are 4-step solution. We're going to be discussing the 4 tools, which are all included in the Helium 10. These 4 tools in this workflow and how they work in sequence. First is simplification using Frankenstein. So Frankenstein strips your keyword list down to a unique root concepts. So perhaps you boil down 500 keyword variations you have researched, and then you filter it down to up to 40 to 50 unique root keyword concepts. Secondly is you generate using the listing builder AI. So it uses that clean list that you have, which is the 40 to 50 unique root concepts, to generate a full draft copy. Third is you track it using Scribbles. Scribbles is a manual alternative. So this gets you to have that prerogative to write yourself with live keyword tracking. Fourth would be you audit it using listing analyzer. So it audits whatever you wrote against your competitors. I guess you don't have to use all of these 4. Steps 1 and 4, the Frankenstein and the listing analyzer, gets to be applied on everyone. However, for steps 2 and 3, those are 2 paths for actually writing the listing. So either of these 2, you can get to have that chance to choose whatever floats your boat. We will now be proceeding to step 1 using the Frankenstein. So as you can see here, it has a before from 500 raw keywords down to an after, which is the 40 to 50 root concepts. We will now be using the keywords cold brew coffee beans. Frankenstein takes a long, messy keyword list that you have and it processes down to a unique root concepts like you can see in the after. If you have cold brew coffee beans, beans for cold brew coffee bean, those are all the same concept and they get consolidated into just one entry. So this matters specifically because Listing Builder AI uses your keyword list as its input. A cleaner list helps you produce a better first draft copy. So you must not skip this step. Step 2 is using Listing Builder AI. So the AI gets to write the draft and you edit it and approve it according to your own critical thinking skills, of course. So this is where things change significantly. So you feed Listing Builder AI your refined keyword list, like what we have discussed, those 40 to 50 keyword lists, your product details, the tone that you want, the brand name, and any phrases you want to avoid. And it generates a full first draft of your copy, or rather, it generates a full first draft of your title, your bullets, your descriptions, backend search terms with your keywords that already been woven naturally into the copy. So this year, it extended to Amazon post captions, product images, and TikTok shop converter. So this year, 2026, it has now been extended. What's important would be, I want you to always read the AI draft before it goes live. So you must get to check its accuracy, its tone. Does it sound good to hear and not sound so robotic or funky? The AI can slip inaccuracies and you would want to add a human touch into your copy. Step 3 would be using Scribbles. This is another alternative path for you guys. If you would like to prefer to write every word yourself, Scribbles gets to give you a real-time keyword coverage. So Scribbles, if you want to write every word yourself rather than editing an AI draft, Scribbles give you a structured workspace. So your listing fields on one side, your keyword list on the other, with real-time tracking of which keywords you've placed and which are still missing. So as you can see on the screen, it has listing fields, title, bullets, backend terms, and it gets you have the real-time data tracking that gets you to the track real-time, the cold brew coffee beans, coarse ground coffee, etc., etc. So either path solves the same visibility blind spot. The choice is whether you want to start from an AI draft or a blank page like this Scribbles. It's entirely up to you, whatever is more comfortable with you. Next is listing analyzer for step 4. So before it goes live, it's important that you audit your draft against top competitors. Once you're happy with your draft, whether it came from Listing Builder AI or you manually have done it through Scribbles, you run it through with Listing Analyzer before it goes live. So it benchmarks your listings, keyword coverage against the top competitors in your category and surfaces gaps you didn't know existed. So without this tool, the only way to do this would be to open 5 competitor listing and manually compare their bullets and backend terms against your copy line by line. So which path is for you? Both paths start and end with the same place. This decision helper for viewers. So path A is an AI assisted via Listing Builder AI. This is best for sellers with large catalogs or frequently new launches who want to have a strong, complete draft fast. And it also generates posts, content, and images. However, for path B, you manually have done it through Scribbles. This is best for sellers who want to write every word themselves with the safety net of real-time keyword tracking. So both paths end with Listing Analyzer. A quick recap for this 4-tool workflow process. First would be Frankenstein. You simplify the keyword list before writing. Secondly, Listing Builder AI. AI generated full draft from the clean list. That includes posts and images. Number 3, Scribbles, manual writing with live keyword tracking. So it's the same fix, but a different path or approach. Fourth would be Listing Analyzer. This would be a competitor audit before your listing goes live. So works the same whether your draft was made from AI or you manually have done it your own. So the core message of all of this is that having the right keywords means nothing if they don't make it into your listing in a natural or readable way. I want to give you guys an actionable step this week. So take your best-selling ASIN and run it through Listing Analyzer right now using Helium 10. You will find keywords that you didn't know you were leaving on the table and that could potentially lose that opportunity to gain a sale. So if you've never run your current live listing through an audit, that's a quick way to find missing keywords you didn't know you were leaving on a table. Take your best-selling ASIN. So I want you guys to take your best-selling ASIN and run it through the Listing Analyzer from Helium 10 this week. It takes perhaps around 2 minutes. Coming up next, we're moving into paid ads and why so many sellers are quietly burning ad spend on keywords that will never convert. I'll see you on the episode 4. Thank you guys so much.